Good morning to all. Let's talk to surviving roommates Dylan and Bethany. Were they factually awake during the homicides? And was there a lot of noise? And did they factually hear everything? And if they were awake, were they factually texting or making any phone calls? Did either Dylan or Bethany attempt to contact the Idaho 4 after the crying and screaming stopped? And if they did and did not get a response from any of them, as one of Ethan's relatives alleges, why not call 911 for immediate assistance, not 8 hours later? Roll that tape.
D, which we understand to mean Dylan Mortensen, quote, supposedly called all the girls in the house after crying and screaming stopped, and no one answered. And she still didn't call the police.
Dylan and Bethany were in the downstairs room. They locked themselves in Bethany's bedroom together right away. They were told to go into that bedroom or put into that bedroom. I'm not sure how they got to that bedroom, but they were in that bedroom behind the locked door. But I said, why didn't they call the police? She goes, I don't know.
2 other roommates survived on the ground floor, waking up several hours later, calling friends over when their roommates were unresponsive.
They weren't asleep. They were awake. They heard it all.
I know the girls reached out via texting and calling, so I can only assume that by the phones being ignored, knowing how my daughter is not going to ignore calls and texting.
Officials maintain the murders happened between 3 and 4 a.m.
I want to believe that Dylan did and Bethany did everything they possibly could.
Some chilling new details about the night 4 University of Idaho students were murdered last year in their home just off campus. According to Airmail, the 2 housemates who survived were reportedly texting each other while the killings were happening. Airmail claims jurors in the case leaked that information to the father of one of the victims, Kayla Gonsalves, but he's not commenting tonight.
So guys, let's talk about this. I know it's a lot to take in because there's a lot of conflicting intel, but let me know what you think. Were they awake or were they asleep? And what time precisely were those texts and calls made? If they were made during the homicides, why not call 911 immediately? Talk to me.